Hello everyone, welcome. So guys, today we'll be looking at the first lecture of KVPY SX stream Mathematics, which is going to be Equations, Inequations and Complex Numbers. So this is a special series started by Vedantu to cater all the students who are preparing for KVPY, be it 11th or 12th. So yesterday was our first program for the 11th standard students, and many of you 12th standard guys have commented, "Sir, where is the SX program?" So guys, today we are starting off with that. I'm sure all of you are going to be regular to our classes. Okay. So now let us move right in without wasting much time. I would like to introduce myself to some of you who do not know me. So my name is Shimon Joseph and I'm a math master teacher at Vedantu. I've been teaching for almost 6 years now, mentoring over 5,000 amazing students like all of you. So guys, like you all, I too prepared for the JEE mains and the KVPY, and I've cleared some of them as well. Okay, so now let us look at the schedule which all of you have been waiting for. The schedule for SX stream. Let's have a look at that. So this is for the SA stream, the 11th standard people. If some of you are watching, make a note of this. This is the schedule for the current week, that is from August 5th to August 8th. You have math, physics, chemistry and biology also going on for the 11th standard. Okay, now for the 12th, who are right now watching this video, this is the schedule for this week. You had biology yesterday and today you have math. Tomorrow you will be having physics and the day after you will have a chemistry program. Okay, so please do make a note of it and do follow us. We would love to have you all on board. Okay, so guys, before we proceed, if you would like to connect with us, the teachers, the academic mentors, and you would like to use the material of our institute, please do check out this link. You can join us, chat with us and learn more. Okay, and as always, do like and share our videos so that we can reach out to many students who can benefit from this. So now let us look at the first question for today. So this is the first question, and where was it asked? It was asked in the year 2010 KVPY. So this question is pretty simple. As I always say, we start off easy and end on a high note. Let's do that today as well. Okay, so here I will give you exactly 30 seconds. You all have to try it out and let me know what is your approach. I'll be looking at your chat. Let me know what approach you will take for this and we will discuss the solution together. Okay, so here I have 1 omega and omega square to be the cube roots of unity, which all of you must be comfortable with because you guys have cleared 11th and now you are in 12th standard, right? Cube roots of unity is something which you study in 11th standard. The least possible degree of a polynomial with real coefficients. So guys, in KVPY, the wordings are very important, okay? Especially in 12th standard, I would give a lot of importance to the wordings. So this statement is the most important in this question, okay? All those who are trying out, please do make a note of it. Now, this real polynomial which I have has 2 omega square, 3 plus 4 omega, 3 plus 4 omega square and 5 minus omega square as the roots. Now I need to find the polynomial with least possible degree. Think about it and then solve it. So you have the options over here. Let me just show it. You have 4, 5, 6 and 8. So guys, your time is almost done because I was explaining the question. You guys must have tried and some of you might have answered it right. Very good to all those who got it right, and all those who attempted also. Good job guys. Let's look at the answer now. What is the answer for this question? Any guesses? So it's nothing but 5. How did we get the answer 5? Let us look at that because we are interested in solving the question, right? Let's learn the approach of how to tackle this least possible degree. How does that come? And what is this real coefficient? How does that make sense? We will try to understand them one by one. Okay. So the first thing is, whenever a polynomial has real coefficients, my imaginary roots will always occur in pairs. So this is given to imply that my imaginary roots will occur in pairs. Okay, that is important. Now after I know that they occur in pairs, what will I do? Any idea? I will look for what are the pairs which are already given here. So for example, these two are pairs. Can you guys spot that? How many of you spotted it? If you did, give me a thumbs up or a yo. Let's see. Kudos to all of you guys. Brilliant. That's a brilliant observation. So 3 plus 4 omega and 3 plus 4 omega square are nothing but conjugate pairs. Because when I say 3 plus 4 omega, and when I look at the conjugate of it, it is going to be 3, conjugate is 3 only, 4 conjugate is 4, omega conjugate is omega square. So do I have that? Yes. So these two are already conjugate pairs. I am happy with it. But wait a minute, does 2 omega square have a conjugate pair? Does 2 omega square have a conjugate pair? No, it doesn't. So I need to supply it with a conjugate pair. Why? Because my polynomial has real coefficients. So if 2 omega square is present, then pakka 2 omega also should be present. So this will be having 2 omega also as a pair because I need to satisfy this real coefficients condition. Okay. Now let's look at the last one. Should I find the conjugate of this and add it here? Think about it. This is KVPY. It is not NCERT. So you can't directly do it. So if you observe it carefully, this is not even an imaginary root. This is a real root. It is a real root which is 6 because 5 minus of omega plus omega square. So if I take this minus common, it is going to be omega plus omega square. And what is omega plus omega square? It is minus 1 because we know that 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. So from that I get omega plus omega square is nothing but minus 1. So 5 minus of minus 1 will give you 6. So you have a real root. Is there any condition on real root? They have to come in pairs? No. It is totally fine to have that. So the least possible degree. How is degree related to roots? You must have studied it in your lower classes, right? If you have a polynomial of nth degree, you can have at most n roots, isn't it? So that is why they are linked. So here the least possible number of roots is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the least number of roots that I should have under the given circumstances is going to be 5. So what is the least degree I should expect? 5. And that is why your answer is 5. Clear? Very good question. Simple concept, very basic stuff which you learnt in your lower classes. They are just testing you on that. The good part over here, the only good part is this you should observe. It is turning out to be a real number. If you are in a hurry and if you find the conjugate of this, you might end up with 6, which is also given as an option. Okay. So be very careful while doing it in exams, guys. Clear? Perfect. So yeah, let's move forward then. I hope all of you have got it. Let me move aside so that you guys can have a final look. If you want to take a screenshot, please do it right now. I will move forward with that. Okay. So we are done with one. We have lots of questions left out to discuss. Let's move ahead, guys. Let's move to the next one. Second one, pretty easy again. Going back to a little bit of geometry. Please try it out. What do we have here? In the complex plane, let Z1 be given like this and Z2 be given like this. They are two adjacent vertices. So these 2 points are going to represent 2 adjacent vertices of a regular n-sided polygon. Okay. Which is having its center at origin. Now the center is origin. You have 2 vertices given to you of a regular n-sided polygon. Now your job is to find out what is the value of n. Whether it is a pentagon, whether it's a hexagon or octagon and so on. Your job is to figure it out. Okay. So please try to solve it. I'll give you 20 seconds. I've explained the question clearly. Very simple. Just basic geometry. Okay guys. So let's move forward and see what is the answer for this. Any idea? Any answers from your side? Okay, keep it coming. Let's see who got it right. The answer for this question is going to be 6. So it is a hexagon. Let's see how we arrive at that. Okay. So guys, this question is probably easier than the first one. Let me tell you why. Because if you draw the Argand plane. So what is Argand plane? It is used to plot complex number, right? Similar to Cartesian plane in real numbers. So we have Argand plane. So the center is origin. Now, what is this root 3 plus 1? Root 3 plus 1, how do you plot it? Root 3 on the real axis and 1 on the imaginary axis. So 1 root 3. So this is my point Z1. Okay. Now what is Z2? Z2 is again root 3 along the real axis and minus 1 along the imaginary axis. Clear? So these are my 2 points. So now this is going to form a hexagon because we know the answer. It will form a polygon. So if it forms a polygon, how does it look like? The sides will be like this, something like that. Okay, it keeps going like that. Let's not worry about that. Now guys, can I find this angle theta? Of course I can, right? Because I know tan theta is 1 by root 3. So what is my tan theta? My tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3. So I know my theta is equal to 30 degree. And because of symmetricity, I can say that this is also 30 degree. So overall, these two angles combined will give me 2 theta, which is 60 degree. Are you guys able to follow? So 2 theta is equal to 60 degree is the overall angle that the vertex, the two adjacent vertices, subtend at the center. Okay? Are you guys able to follow that? That's a very important observation, guys. You have to be clear about it. Now, there is a relation for any n-sided polygon. What is the angle subtended by a side at the center? Let's try to derive that. Okay? For now, keep this angle in mind. This angle is 60 degree. Let me erase all this. Okay. Perfect. So let's take a square. Okay? Let's take a square. What do you think is the angle subtended at the center? It's going to be 90 degree. It's going to be 90 degree. How is that? This comes from 360 is the overall angle, because at the center you have an overall angle of 360 and you have 4 vertices, that is 4 sides. So 360 by 4 is going to be how much? 90. But this is for a square, which is very easy for us to observe. But what can you say for an n-sided polygon? You can say that you have 360 as the overall angle divided by how many sides you have, because each side is going to subtend an angle, right? And because it's a regular polygon, all the sides are going to subtend the same angle. Getting it? So 2 pi is the overall angle divided by n sides. So this is the angle for a n-sided regular polygon. Clear? What is this angle? This is the angle subtended at the center. At the center for a n-sided regular polygon by the sides. So this is equal to 60 degree, which is what we obtained, isn't it? We obtained 60 degree over here. But guys, please remember this is in pi, right? You are in radians. You have to convert it to degrees. So it's going to be 360 by n is equal to 60. So my n is equal to 6. That's it. Simple. Very easy, isn't it? Are you all able to follow? It's a simple question. You have to remember this expression. This is what? This is the angle subtended at the center by a side of a n-sided regular polygon. Clear? Good. That's it. We are done. 6 is the answer, as you all can see over here. Now let's move forward to the next question. Let's look at some more interesting and difficult ones. Perfect. Now the next question, one step above. It's a good question. So what is the year? 2013. They asked this in KVPY SX. So we have ABCD as real numbers such that the summation of k from 1 to n of ak cube plus bk square plus ck plus d equal to n to the power 4. So this is a simple question if you can slowly observe what is happening. Okay. So guys, you have summation of k cube from k equal to 1 to n. Do you know the formula for that? Of course we do. We have learnt it in sequence and series, right? In 11th standard. When you go back to sequence and series, even in NCERT, we have done the summation of first n cubes, summation of first n squares, summation of first n natural numbers and constant, right? So that is not a problem. I am very comfortable in opening this because a will come out and I can sum k from 1 to n. Summation k cube. That is easily done. Okay. Now that I have given you a hint, I want you guys to try it out probably for 20 minutes. Just make an approach and see if it matches with what I am telling. Okay. Perfect guys. All of you do that. Let us move on to the solution then. Okay. So the answer for this question is going to be 15, and the way we do it is just based on these 3 formulas. So guys, if you are not aware of these 3, please do make a note of it right now, because these 3 are super important when it comes to solving this question. What is this? The first one is sum of first n natural numbers. That is going to be n into n plus 1 by 2. What is the second one? The sum of first n squares. So that is going to be this one. And the third one is sum of first n cubes. So you have cubes, you have squares, and you have natural numbers as well. Now, I wanted to write this down prior to coming here because it's a very lengthy question. I hope that's okay with all of you. So guys, when you expand it, right, you will come up with this. So what is the summation of k cube? Summation of k cube from 1 to n is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. That's what I have written. What is summation of k square? Summation of k square in the previous slide I gave you, it is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6 plus summation of k, which is natural numbers, is going to be n into n plus 1 by 2. And the last one is a constant, so you add d so on up to n times. So you will have nd. Getting it? So now I group the terms with powers of n. So what is the highest power of n? The highest power of n will be over here because you have n square into n square. So you'll have n to the power 4, which is the highest power. So n to the power 4, n to the power 3, n to the power 2, n to the power 1. There is no term which is constant. You can see clearly, right? All the terms have n. So there is no constant term. I stop there. That is my left hand side, which will come after simplification, which I have not done. I hope you guys can do it. I just collected n power 4, n power 3, n power 2, n together. Why did I do that? Think about it, guys. How do I solve this question now? I can compare, no? I will compare. Let me take a pen. I can compare a by 4 to 1. Because what do I have here? I have 1 n power 4, right? So I can say my a by 4 is equal to 1. So a is equal to 4. Now what will I do about b? I need b also, right? Because what do I want? I want mod a plus mod b plus mod c plus mod d. So I need to calculate all 4 of them. So I just got a because I compared n power 4 here and n power 4 over there. So this is a by 4 and that is 1. So a by 4 has to be equal to 1 and that is how I get a equal to 4. Now let's think about b. Is there any n cube term on the right hand side? There is no n cube term, right? So I will write 0 into n cube. So the coefficient of n cube on the right hand side is actually 0. And why am I doing that? Because this is valid for all n. For all n. Okay? Clear? Now I can equate this to 0. So 2a by 4 plus 2b by 6 is equal to 0. If a is 4, these two will get cancelled. I will get b is equal to minus 6. I will get b is equal to minus 6 because a is 4, I got it already, right? So that a equal to 4, I am plugging it out and putting it over here. So if I put a equal to 4 here, this 4 and this 4 will get cancelled. I will be left out with 2 plus 2b by 6 is equal to 0. So b has to be minus 6. So b has to be minus 6. The same way, proceed for c, proceed for d, you will get the answer. Okay? So let's do that step by step. Now I'll take this, the coefficient of n square. Do I have any n square term on the right hand side? I do not have any n square term on the right hand side. So I will write it as 0 into n square. Clear? So now this has to be 0 because there is no n square term. Now what is a by 4? A by 4 is 1 plus 3b by 6. b is minus 6. So if I put b as minus 6, what will I get? I will get minus 3 plus what is c? c by 2, that is what I am interested to find, and that is equal to 0. So c is equal to 4. So my c is equal to 4 because this will be minus 2. If it goes to the other side, it will become plus 2, and into 2 will make it 4. So c is 4. Done. We are almost there with the answer. Similarly, what is the coefficient of n? Here it is this one, but on the right hand side there is no coefficient of n. Therefore, I can say that b by 6 plus c by 2 plus d is equal to 0. So what is b by 6? b by 6 is minus 1 because b is minus 6 plus c by 2. What is c by 2? c by 2 is going to be 2. And what is d? d will be equal to minus 1. That's it. d will be equal to minus 1. So what is the value of the answer? The answer is 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1. 15. Did we get it? Yup. We have got it. Awesome. So that is how you solve it. Okay, let's see if the answer is 15. Yup, that is 15. I hope you guys have understood it. Did you all get it? So what we learned in 11th standard sequence and series, just 3 formulas. Summation of first n natural numbers, summation of first n natural number squares, summation of first n natural number cubes. 3 formulas, that's it. After that, it is just simplification. So this step to this step requires some effort. I have written it directly because I didn't want to waste a lot of time here. That anyone can do. Okay, so this step to this step, the first to second step, right? You have to do some solving. That takes time. That is why we skipped it. Okay, but please try to do it on your own, guys. Try to do it and get it. Perfect. So yeah, make a note of it. Maybe I can move to the sides, take a screenshot and refer to it later on. Let's move forward. Let's look at some more questions. Okay. Perfect. Next question. Again, slowly increasing the level of difficulty. This was asked in the year 2015 KVPY. So what do we have here? Again, a question on polynomials because we are looking at equations, right? Today the topic is equations, inequations and complex numbers. So we are trying to cover all of them. Let's try to look at polynomial question now. So here p of x is a polynomial such that my p of x minus p dash of x is always going to be equal to x to the power n, where n is a positive integer. So I need to calculate what is the value of p of 0. Clear? So why do they give n is a positive integer? Because look at the options. You have n factorial, right? So factorials are defined for positive numbers, right? Natural numbers. And 0 factorial is predefined. I hope all of you are aware of it. So now let's get started with this question. But before that, you guys can try it out for a few seconds. I know it's very less time, but due to time constraints, we have to follow that. If you guys really want to try, you can pause the video now and give it a try and then later come back and join. That is what I would suggest, because these are all questions which came in actual exam. So they are good resources, okay? So please try it out on your own and then look at the solution. Then you will feel happy if you got it right, okay? I want you all to experience that. So let's look at the answer now. I'm going to switch the page, guys. The answer for this question is n factorial. How do we reach at that? There are many ways to do this. Some people might say, sir, can we try substitution, sir? I can put n as 1, n as 2, n as 3 and then see if it works. Yeah, maybe you can do that. But that is a standard way to do it, guys. I am here to teach you the standard method so that you can have it as a tool in your exam. So whenever you encounter a question on polynomial, you can also think in this direction. So that is what I want to impart, and that is the benefit of attending this. Okay, so let's look at that now. What is the standard approach for this question? Let me take the pen. Yep. So whenever I have a polynomial, right? I'm sure all of you are familiar with polynomial because you have been studying right from 6th standard, right? Right from 6th standard, you saw what is monomial, binomial, trinomial, then we came to polynomial. So let's look at a polynomial. What is that? General polynomial. I will take it like this. A0 plus a1x plus a2x square all the way up to an x power n. That is my polynomial. What will be the derivative of this polynomial? Let's say p dash of x. So this is a constant term. So when I take derivative, this vanishes. So what am I left out with? I'll be left out with a1 plus 2a2x plus 3a3x square all the way up to n x to the power n minus 1. Okay. Now let's look at what happens when I subtract them. Because I want p of x minus p dash of x, right? So what will be p of x minus p dash of x? That will leave me with a0 minus a1. That is the first term because a0 minus a1 will be the constant. Now let's collect x. So it will be a1 minus 2a2 into x. Are you guys watching carefully? a1 minus 2a2 x. Now I'll collect x square together. What will be x square? X square will be a2 minus 3a3 x square and so on. What will be the x to the power n minus 1 term? X to the power n minus 1 will have what? Any idea? It will have an minus 1 minus, what do we have? Nan minus nan. Apart from this, I have one term left out here. That is in p of x, right? So that will come with a plus sign. So that will come with a plus an x power n. That's it, done. So this is my p of x minus p dash of x. I hope all of you are clear with it. This will be my p of x minus p dash of x, whatever I have obtained here. Now this is always equal to x to the power n. This is always equal to x to the power n. That is what is given here, no? Similar to the previous question, just compare the coefficient. What do we have? x to the power n, my an is there. Here x to the power n, 1 is there. So can I say my an is equal to 1? That's it, done. We are almost reaching the answer. If my an is 1, I'm happy. But that is not enough, because what am I interested in finding? I am interested in finding p of 0. What is p of 0? If I put in place of x 0, I will get everything here to be 0. Only a0 will be left out. So my whole objective in this question is just to find what is the value of a0. If I find a0, I'm done. The question is over, isn't it? So let's try to do that. Let's move forward. So guys, if you see the coefficient of x to the power n minus 1, here do you have any x to the power n minus 1 term? Okay. So these are two sides of the equation. So let's treat this as, let me take a different color. Okay. Let's see. This is my left hand side. Okay. And this is my right hand side. Perfect. Clear? So I'm comparing left hand side and right hand side coefficients. So x power n we compared, we got an to be 1. Now next I'll compare x to the power n minus 1. Here do you have x to the power n minus 1? You don't have any x to the power n minus 1. So can I say this coefficient must be 0? Likewise, all the coefficients are 0. All the coefficients, because there is no x term, there is no constant term, there is no x square term, there is no x to the power n minus 1 term. So all the coefficients till here are 0. That's it. So I can say, let me move this around. I'll have what? My an minus 1 is equal to nan. What is an? An is 1. So it is going to be n. What is an minus 2? An minus 2 is n minus 1 an minus 1. That will be n minus 1 into n. Getting it? So if you keep going like that, you will get a0 to be n factorial. That's it. If you keep going like that, while making all the coefficients 0, you will end up with a0 being n factorial, and that will be my answer. I hope all of you have got it. Is that clear, guys? Everyone fine with it? If you have any questions or doubts, please do feel free to ask in the chat or in the comment box. I will try to help you out. Okay? Perfect. So yeah, let's move forward. It's a good question. I hope you guys liked it. With that, let me erase it and move forward. This is the next question for all of you. Another brilliant one. So please try it out. So guys, this question was asked in 2017. So I would say this is the question of the day, because it has a very, very good concept behind it. Okay. So here we have f of x to be a polynomial with integer coefficients. They didn't say it is positive integer or negative integer. You have no idea about it. You have literally no idea about it. But it satisfies f of 1 is equal to 5 and f of 2 is equal to 7. Then your job is to find the smallest possible value. What value? Positive value of f of 12. That's it. Okay. Although the question is just 2 lines, it is a pretty interesting one. Not very direct. Okay. So let's try to discuss this question, guys. We are short of time, so I would like to directly jump to the answer. I hope you guys don't mind. Please pause the video if you want to try. Okay. So the answer for this question is going to be 27. And you know what? Some of you might have got it right, because some of my students, what they did was they tried to approximate it to be a linear polynomial. But guys, if you do f of x to be a linear polynomial, because you might say, sir, they gave only 2 conditions, sir. If they give only 2 conditions, I can only assume it to be a linear polynomial. Otherwise, how can I solve it, sir? Absolutely right. You can say that, but that is not the right approach. Okay? That is not the right approach. It turns out that the answer matches with what you did. Even if you approximate it as a linear polynomial, you will end up with the same answer, 27. But that is not the right approach. Let's look at what is the right approach. Okay? Perfect. So guys, the first thing is you need to understand what is meant by polynomial with integer coefficients and what does it imply. That is quite important. You can't directly jump into the question with these information. These are just aid. They are here to help you, but the actual essence is over here. Okay. So let's look at it. So let's say you have f of x to be something like this: a0 plus a1x plus a2x square all the way up to an x power n, because this is my favorite general polynomial expression. I'm going to start off from the scratch. Okay. Let's say you have f of a. F of a is what? a0 plus a1a plus a2a square all the way up to a to the power n. Nothing great. I just substituted a in the place of x because I want to explain something here. I just put a in the place of x. A is any number. A is any real number. Okay. Before we get into the next step, I would like to bring to light to the fact that these are all integers. I hope you are aware of that. All the coefficients are belonging to integers. Integers is represented as capital Z, right? The set of integers. I hope you guys are aware of it. Now, what is f of b? So instead of x, I am putting another value b. Let's say f of b. What do we have? a0 plus a1b plus a2b square and so on all the way up to an b power n. Why am I doing all this? It will all make sense in just 3 minutes. Give me some time, guys. Okay? And listen very carefully, because as I said, this is the best question for today and it has a lot of good concepts in it. Okay? So let's try to do that. So what is f of a minus f of b? Can you guys help me out? F of a minus f of b is going to be what? It's going to be a0 will get cancelled. You will have a1 times a minus b plus a2 times a square minus b square and all the way up to an times a power n minus b power n. Now guys, can you observe something brilliant here? Can I say my f of a minus f of b is always divisible by a minus b? This is divisible by a minus b. This is divisible by a minus b. And a to the power n minus b to the power n is always divisible by a minus b. I hope you guys remember that. You might have solved it in pre-RMO or your RMO classes if you guys have gone to it. If not, please take it as a fact. A to the power n minus b to the power n is always divisible by a minus b. So that is a brilliant step that helps us to solve this question. I will tell you why in a few minutes. So my conclusion from here is, because these are all integers, my a1, a2 till an, they are all integers. When I divide this f of a minus f of b divide by a minus b, it will be perfectly divisible. It will be perfectly divisible because you can always factor out one a minus b from all the terms. Getting it? So that is my conclusion. Let's see how we can use that in this question. I'm going to erase everything else. Let's just go to the observation and use it. So now, can I say that f of 12 minus f of 2 will be divisible by 10? So if this is divisible by 10, what did I say? F of a minus f of b is divisible by a minus b. So f of 12 minus f of 2 should be divisible by 12 minus 2, which is 10. Getting it? Perfect. So can I say this will be equal to some 10 times of m, where m is some integer? Obviously, because f of 12 minus f of 2 is divisible by 10, that means it is a multiple of 10. So 10 into m, where m belongs to integers. Don't worry about it. So can I say my f of 12 is equal to 10m plus f of 2. What is f of 2? F of 2 is 7 given to me. F of 2 is 7, which is given to me, isn't it? Brilliant. So now I have one more condition. What is that? F of 1 is also there. So can I say f of 12 minus f of 1 is divisible by 11 n? If it is divisible by 11, then it has to be a multiple of 11. If it has to be a multiple of 11, can I say it is 11n of the form? Yes, absolutely yes, you can do that, where n is some integer. Clear? Perfect guys, done. Let me erase this. Okay, so now what is my f of 12? My f of 12 is equal to 11n plus f of 1. And what is that? 11n plus f of 1 is what? F of 1 is 5. Now guys, I got my f of 12 in two ways. I need to find the smallest possible positive value. smallest possible positive value of f of 12. How do we do that? Can I put m as 0? If m is 0, I will get 7. If m is minus 1, it will go negative. I don't want negative values, right? I'm looking at positive values. So if m is minus 1, it will be negative. So I start from 0 only. Why? Because m is an integer. I substitute only integral values for m. Getting it? So I put m as 0, I get 7. I put m as 1, I get 17. I put m as 2, I get 27. I put m as 3, I get 37. And so on. 47, 57, 67 and so on. Okay? Let me do the same here. If I put n as minus 1, it is negative. So I start from 0. If n is 0, I get 5. If n is 1, I get 16. If n is 2, I get 27. If n is 3, I get 38. But wait a minute, there is one common value. What is that? What is that? That common value is going to be the lowest positive possible value of f of 12, which is 27. Okay? Because it has to satisfy both. No? I got two relations. It has to satisfy both of them. And that is why this question is the best for today. I hope you guys liked it. Very unique approach, not usually covered. If it made sense, give me a yo or a thumbs up in the chat. If you guys are still not clear, please do rewind and watch it again, because this is something which I feel all of you should know. Okay? Perfect. So guys, with that, we are almost coming to the end of our session. Let me just give you one homework question, which I always do in all the classes. Please take down this one as the homework. So we have P, Q, R as real numbers and they satisfy these three equations. Now, based on these three equations, I want you all to find out what is the maximum possible value of P plus Q plus R. And guys, when I say you have to find the maximum value, please be very careful. You can't guess, okay? Because guessing might lead you to the wrong answer. And one more thing is, let me warn you, you cannot use AMGM directly because PQR are going to be real numbers. When can you use arithmetic mean, geometric mean inequality? When they are all positive numbers, isn't it? So those kind of small tricks you should be knowing. The tricks behind the formulas, right? You should be very well aware of them, because that might lead you to a wrong or inconclusive state. Okay, perfect. So this is the homework. I'm not going to show you the answer because I want you to try it. Comment it down below. Let's see who gets it right first. I'm going to watch the comment box. Perfect. Okay, so guys, coming to the biggest surprise for all of you, you have the KVPY mock test series coming up. So Vedantu is planning to offer it for all the students at a very, very reasonable price of just 1,000. So guys, the course link for this page, I will be putting it up in the description in some time. So please do follow us on YouTube, press the notification bell icon so that all the videos are on time for you. Okay. The benefits are you have 2 part tests and 3 full tests, which are actually following the KVPY pattern. And to be frank, not many places give you the actual feeling of the exam, because KVPY is conducted by the government and it's very hard to predict the kind of paper that might come up. Okay. So this is coming from a lot of analysis. So I would suggest you to check it out, and if you feel like it, please do join us and it will be beneficial. So you have 2 part tests broken into 2 halves, the entire syllabus, and then you have 3 full tests which you will write along with all the people across India, and you'll have complete analysis, guys. You will have your scores being compared with almost all the top performers across the country, so you know where you stand and where you need to improve. Okay, perfect. And yeah, like I said, please do join us in the Telegram group if you want to connect with me, all the other teachers and academic mentors who can guide you in your preparation. This is the link, do check it out. And guys, as always, please do like, share and subscribe, because that is what keeps us going. And do let us know in the comments whatever you feel like. If you like the video, please let us know, because I would like to hear from you. And if you have any suggestions or any more questions you want to discuss, let us know. We'll have a good conversation. Okay, so see you guys, take care, bye bye. Let's meet on the next class.